On this spiritual journey, we often focus on getting connected with the universe and our helpers and such. What we forget is that maybe the most important thing is to keep yourself grounded. So the grounding is important. And of course, as with everything else we do within life or often spirituality, is that we complicate things. And some years ago, we were on a family holiday in my cabin, and I was standing outside barefoot in the grass, grounding myself, looking up at the full moon, thinking, wow, I'm connected, I'm grounding. And one of my guides said, what are you doing? You're standing outside here thinking you're something special while your family is inside wondering what you're doing, So I'm like, okay. And I learned something special. I learned that grounding isn't as difficult, as special as you may think. We often do crazy things, to get ourselves grounded. We have big routines to ground ourselves, and we do it, make it difficult and complicated for ourselves. And I have a good friend, a great friend. He's a good guy, and he once he needed grounding, so he ran naked around in the woods, um, uh, chasing hotspots after lightning to ground himself. And he told me, yes, I couldn't believe it. I only thing I was thinking was that I hope there were no families out hiking that day. And I told him that I just use my breath. I just use my breath, you know? And he like, what? Your breath? You don't ground yourself with your breath. Of course you do. You don't always need to be something outside of yourself. I love to go into the nature and into the woods, and my energy really gets aligned in there. Okay, so I'm drawn to the woods, and you will get grounding in the woods, but you don't need to wait for and plan that on Wednesday, some next week, I will go into the woods and be grounded. You can ground yourself every moment. And that's the key, the moment. Because when you are in the moment, again, I'm talking about the moment, the stillness, the mystery. When you are in the moment, in the room, you have your focus here and now. Breathe and ground yourself. It is no more complicated than that. I'm inside of this office all day doing healings, I'm grounded. The most important thing I do is to ground myself. So how is that possible if I'm in this office in the middle of town There's not a tree to see. There's no grass. I use my breath. It's powerful. So keep on going barefoot in the woods, swim in the sea. I love it myself. But ground yourself in the moment. That is powerful. Protects you, it protects your energy, and it will make room for your guides to help you. So, and about my story about me grounding myself outside of my cabin, and my family wondering what I was what I was doing. I done some crazy things, and trying to figure out this spiritual journey. I tried some things, some there are things and techniques that I tried once and I don't need to try it again. So anyway, grounding is also about where do you come from, who are you, who are your closest family, like your siblings, your uh, children, partner. Closest relationships there will affect your root chakra. And you don't need to have the perfect relationships to everyone. Not needed. But you need to be comfortable with those relationships. So if there is relationships that you need to repair, do that. If there is relationships that you need to get rid of, please do that. It's not about the others, it's about yourself. Okay? It's about yourself and your own energy. So breathe first of all. Do the things you're comfortable with while grounding. You have probably several techniques. And clean up your closest relationships. It will ground you. And good luck. All the best.